hashtag 15 years. If it's about anything, it's about enjoying life with whatever time we have left, whether it's 15 or 14 or 50 or 500 years. And there's nothing more we enjoy than a fine glass of wine. Is there, Gordon?
No, there isn't. Why do you have to go to 500 years? We're not around 500 years. Okay, sorry, we have to try it one last time.
Okay. At hashtag 15 years, if it's about anything, it's about enjoying life and sharing what we can in whatever time we have left, whether it's 15 years or 14 years or 50 years, whatever. And there's nothing more that we enjoy than a fine glass of wine, right,
Here, here. In fact, we enjoy a fine glass of wine so much that this episode, the show Blow Me Parker, was the first segment that we conceived of for hashtag 15 years. Robert Parker, of course, being the preeminent wine critic in the world today.
Who we often agree with, but sometimes we don't. And when we don't, we read a review of his, we say, Blow Me Parker.
Blow Me Parker.
When we have our own. Anyway, we've shot so many segments that now Blow Me Parker is its own show. And what does that mean, Gordon?
We are the first show ever to have developed the spin-off before the first episode of the original even went on the air. Remarkable.
So while we hope you'll enjoy hashtag 15 years, we also invite you to watch the full episode of Blow Me Parker.
And here are a couple of quick clips from that. Kevin?
Here we are in the banana belt of Seneca Lake in the Finger Lakes. Seneca Lake, the deepest and largest of the three main lakes in the wine country. Here at Atwater, where they make outstanding wines, whites and reds. So called the banana belt because it's just a tad warmer because the lake never freezes. So it's ideal for growing wine grapes.
Well, here our first segment of Blow Me Parker. We are at the wonderful Lamoureux Landing Vineyards on beautiful Seneca Lake. We're with Kevin Butler.
Hello.
Who's been working here for how many years, Kevin?
About 4 years now.
4 years, excellent. You can see behind us. Do you want to tell us what we're looking at, Kevin? It is spectacular. And speaking of drinking, we are tasting what many consider the signature varietal of the Finger Lakes. And what would that be, Kevin?
That would be the dry Riesling.
That's fantastic. I think we should be toasting and having a sip while we're saying those
There
things
you
about
go.
Riesling.
And which one was this again?
This is the dry Riesling.
Okay, we'll edit that part out. Now it's time on Blow Me Parker to taste one of our favorites, a Lamoureux Landing Riesling from, where is it, Gordon?
Seneca, in the Lake Seneca in the Finger Lakes.
But we're not at Lake Seneca
Is this
now,
a Finger
are we?
Lake?
No,
It's not a Finger Lake? No.
You definitely get the minerality on the notes, the peach stone fruit, and on the taste. It's got a really nice body for a white wine. Long finish, the acidity comes to the front of your tongue and your front of your teeth. It's a little chewy. It's really substantive wine.
Can't add to that. We are very lucky to have here today the founder and proprietor of Shalestone Vineyards in the Finger Lakes, Mr. Rob Thomas.
But each year you learn something from the vines, and hopefully you teach the vines something, so that you develop this relationship so that you work together and you both stay in balance. I drink a lot of wine. They know good wine, but very few of them can describe it. And it's a real skill to develop of what you're smelling and what you're tasting and put words to it. And I think it's a fun thing to do, but you don't need to do it to enjoy wine. I want people to drink wine for what it is. It's a wonderful elixir for life that, gets you to relax and talk about issues. If you're in relationships, the whole guy-girl thing, like a wine kind of gets the guy to talk a little
Lubricant.
bit.
Yeah.
The social lubricant,
Yeah,
indeed.
it really is. And oh yeah, it's good for romance too. It's a good thing to be making.
Well, we really enjoyed that visit to Shalestone. They are making some incredible world-class reds in a region that's only really known for whites. What did you think of that visit with Rob, Gordon?
Fantastic time. I hope you enjoyed the interview as much as listening to the interview as much as we did giving
They actually
it.
watched it because this is a
listen.
TV show. This is a web show. They didn't just
So
listen.
they actually
They
saw it. You're right.
They
You're
saw
right.
the show.
Well, I'm not sure. To think that it comes from upstate New York. I mean, when I was growing up, upstate New York was like Taylor. It was like, sugary sweet wines. This is pretty close to perfection in a glass, don't you think?
Sure do. Again, we highly recommend going to the Finger Lakes. There's
Shale
dozens
stone.
of wineries. We didn't even scratch the surface in this special edition of
That's
Blooming
true.